Hey, I am Tiffany Hawk, writing coach, and today I want to talk about a pretty common fear among aspiring authors, and that's that if they pitch their book to an agent or publisher, that person will steal their idea. There are plenty of things to worry about in this world, but this isn't one of them. I'm not going to say it could never, ever happen, but if you're submitting to reputable companies, there is almost no chance of this happening. It's like the old saying that you're more likely to get struck by lightning. Seriously. And if you don't know who is reputable, just grab my free Epic Guide to Literary Agencies and Publishers, which I've linked to in the comments below. But now I want to talk about why they're not going to steal it. First, they can't just steal it wholesale because you wrote it, you automatically have the copyright to it, you've submitted it, and you have proof of that. Plus, if they like the book, it would be far easier just to buy the book from you. Publishers are not in the business of writing books, they're in the business of buying books from authors like you. Also, it's highly unlikely that they would take your book and have someone else write it. If they loved your story but didn't think your writing was up to snuff, they'd encourage you to team up with a ghostwriter. There's a whole business around that. In fact, just yesterday I was talking to an agent who only represents ghostwriters because publishers come to them with books all the time that need writing or significant rewriting. Now, if you're worried that the agents or editors are aspiring writers themselves, that can occasionally be the case, but still, you don't have to worry about them stealing your idea. The first reason is that if they're at all worth their salt as a writer, they have far more ideas than they would ever have the time or energy to write themselves. Second, it takes a lot of time, heart, and passion to write a good book. So if they've been in this business for 5 minutes, they're gonna know that they couldn't do as good of a job with someone else's idea as they could with their own. Here's why I said almost never. What is true is that unfortunately, this occasionally happens to freelance writers pitching articles, but even then, it's rare enough that not pitching stories because you're worried about that would be like never leaving your house because you might get into an accident. You can't live that way. To make a living as a writer, you're gonna have to put your ideas out there and you're gonna have to trust other people to help on their end. So write your story, put it out there. And if you're worried about who's reputable, don't forget to grab my Epic Guide to the Best Literary Agents and Publishers. It's down there in the comments. Also, while you're down there, ask questions. I'd love to answer them. And then like or subscribe so that you see my future videos where I will demystify the publishing industry. I wish you the best of luck with your book.